Hello and welcome to this intermediate to advanced backbend practice. In today's session, we'll be working towards some more challenging postures focused on opening the front of the body and strengthening the back of the body. I do recommend having some props to support you, a blanket and a strap and a cushion and a block if you like those too. And when you're ready, we'll begin in child's pose. So you can either keep your knees together or open them wide if you prefer. And then lower yourself down and settle into position. And we'll take the first few moments here just to connect with the body and the breath. Reach your arms as far forward as you can until you feel a pull from your fingertips down your arms and down the sides of your torso. Hold here, take a deep breath in and a cleansing sigh out. One more time, inhale and exhale. Then come up into tabletop. And we'll start by warming up the wrists so you can move in a circular motion, sending weight into the hands and then back towards the knees, going a few times in one direction. And then in the other direction. Come back into tabletop, stacking shoulders over wrists. Inhale, arch your back, find cow pose, gaze forward or up. Exhale as you round, coming into cat, bringing chin to chest. Moving at the pace of your breath now, inhale. And exhale. If you want to create more space, option 2, tent your fingers. And press through the fingertips. The next time you find cat, stay there. And we'll take a couple of barrel rolls, rolling from the right over to the left a few times. And then going from the left to the right. Come back into tabletop, plant your hands if you're up on your fingertips. Then extend the legs to find plank. And we'll pause here for 5 breaths, so really pushing the floor away, gaze down. Engage the legs, engage the abdominals. Let the heat build. Inhale here. Exhale, lower down through chaturanga. And for our first back bend, we'll take cobra. So inhale, open the chest, roll your shoulders back. Exhale, pushing all the way back to downward facing dog. Pause and hold for a breath in. Exhale out, ripple forward, coming back to plank. 5 breaths here. Engaging all parts of the body. Hold for one more breath in. Exhale out. Lower down through chaturanga again. Either taking cobra this time or coming through to upward facing dog if it's feeling all right in your body. And with your exhale, push back to downward facing. Pause and hold for a breath in. Exhale out, come back to plank. Last one of these. Hold for 5 breaths, let the heat build. Actively pushing away from the floor. With your next exhale, lower down through chaturanga. Inhale through to your back bend of choice. And exhale back to down dog. Pausing here for 5 breaths. Option to stay in stillness or find any movement that feels good. Inhale, lift the right leg high. Keep the hips square for now. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose, ripple forward and pause here. Again, really pushing the floor away, create space. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Step the foot between the hands, lower the back knee down for a low lunge. Inhale, reach your arms up, bring your hands together in prayer, finding Anjaneyasana. Pause here, connect to your breath. Right hand can rest on the knee for support. Pat the back knee if it's a little sensitive. Then the left hand can reach back to catch your foot and draw your foot in towards you. Focus the gaze on one spot to help with the balance. Deepen the breath here. Option to stay as you are, or you could bring the foot to the inner arm and clasp the hands together, coming into a mermaid variation. Pause for one more breath in. Exhale, slowly release, and step to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, finding your back bend of choice. Exhale, moving back to downward dog. Inhale, left leg lifts, hips stay square. Exhale, bring knee to nose, ripple forward, and pause here. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Step the foot between the hands, back knee lowers down. Reach your arms up, coming into Anjaneyasana, hands come together in prayer. Left hand comes to the left knee. Right hand will reach back to catch your foot. Pat the knee if you need some extra cushioning. And draw the foot in towards you. Focus your gaze on one spot as you pause here. Option to stay as you are. You could bring the foot to the inside of the right arm and clasp the hands together in a mermaid variation. Pause here, inhale. Exhale to release, coming out with control and cat. Step back to plank. Inhale, hold your pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to find your back bend of choice. Exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, again keeping the hips square. Exhale, bring knee to nose and step through to high lunge. Reaching the arms up, taking a deep breath in. Then option to keep your arms directly reaching up, or you could start to draw them back, encouraging the chest to open, maybe even lifting the gaze to look up, challenging the balance. Pause for one more breath in. Exhale, lower the back knee down. Relax your arms, fingertips come down to the mat. Then shuffle the front foot forward, coming into half split, straightening the leg, flexing the foot, folding forward here. Lift your chest halfway. You can use your fingertips for support here. And lift the back knee. So we're kind of coming into like a hovering split position. Option to stay here, or slide the feet away and come down into a split. If it's in your practice, no need to force it. If you're looking for more support, you could always place something underneath the right thigh and maybe just in front of the left leg. At the end of your next exhale, slowly push away from the floor, rebend both knees, and we'll step back to plank. Inhale, holding your pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, finding your back bend of choice. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, left leg lifts, keep the hips square. Exhale, knee to nose as you step through to high lunge, reaching the arms up. Inhale. Then either keeping the arms both reaching up or drawing the arms back, opening the chest. Maybe starting to lift the gaze up to challenge the balance. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, back knee comes down. Lower your fingertips down to the mat. Shuffle the front foot forward to straighten the leg, moving into half split, and fold forward here. Deepening the breath. Lift your chest. You can use your fingertips for support here. Lift the back knee. And you can either find this hovering split position, or if you like, edge the feet further apart to lower down into a split without forcing it. If you need a little bit of support here, you can always place a block or a cushion just in front of the back leg and under the front. Hold for one more breath in. Exhale, rebend both knees and step to plank. Pausing in your plank this time. Then open out into side plank on the right. Bend the left leg, lift the knee, place the foot behind you, spin open into wild thing. Focus on pushing the floor away, lift the hips, lift the heart. Then come back through plank. Open to side plank on the left. Lift the right knee, place the foot behind you, spin open into wild thing. And come back to plank. Inhale here. This time with your exhale, knees come down. Hips stay stacking the knees. Walk the hands forward, coming down into puppy pose. Resting the chin or the forehead on the mat here. Slowing down the breath for the next few moments. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, ripple forward, lie down on your belly. Then bend both knees. Drag your heels toward your glutes, engaging the hamstrings. Keep the legs in position. Reach the hands back. You can either go one at a time or two at a time to catch a hold of the heels. Option to use a strap here if you need, just looping it around the feet. Then press the feet against your hands to lift up into bow. Continue to press against your hands. This will help you to lift up and focus your gaze on one spot. Hold for one more breath in. As you exhale, slowly release, coming out with control and care. Then push up into a kneeling position. So you can just rest, sitting the hips on the heels, taking a moment to steady the breath. Finding an even inhale and exhale. If you know your knees are a little sensitive, you might want a blanket underneath them as we move into camel. So lifting the hips now, keeping them stacked over the knees. Hands could start at the lower back to begin. With your next breath in, roll the shoulders back. Puff up your chest, lift up through the waist, and think of lengthening the front of the body. As you exhale, slowly bend back. Moving little by little, guiding yourself into position without force. Take the first few breaths here with hands at the back. And as the body responds, you may find you could bring hands to prayer, heart center. And after a few breaths here, it may be available to reach the arms overhead. Slowly coming out, now lift up, bring the head up last. Again, sit hips back on the heels, regulate your breathing. Rest hands on thighs for now. When your breath is feeling a little steadier, swing your legs around, bring them in front of you. Just keeping the knees bent. And then place the right hand behind you with the fingers pointing away from you. With an inhale, lift the hips, reach the left arm overhead, coming into a reverse table. An option to stay here, or you could start looking down at your right hand, maybe even bringing the left fingertips down to the mat, and then spinning the right hand to come into wheel. If you're in wheel, push the floor away. Option to keep both knees bent or work towards straightening the legs. 5 breaths here. Slowly come out, reversing the way you came in. And you can Bring your hands behind you for support. We'll pause here a few moments, steadying the breath. Then moving on to the second side now, place the left hand behind you so the fingers are pointing away from you. And with an inhale, lift the hips, reach the right arm overhead, coming into that reverse tabletop. Option to stay here, or you could start looking down to the left hand, bringing the right fingertips down to the mat, and then spin the left hand to come into wheel. Either keeping the knees bent or straightening the legs here in wheel. 5 breaths. We'll come out slowly the way we came in, with control, with care. And then you can rest the hands behind you for support. Come back to your breath here. Good. Then straighten the left leg, hug the right knee into your chest, and wrap the left arm around the leg. Place the right hand behind you and we'll twist to the right. The spine may be feeling a little sensitive, so don't force it. Just guide yourself breath by breath. Turn to face forward, release the right leg. And then the left side now, hug the knee in. Right arm wraps around the leg, left hand comes behind for support. Slowly twisting to the left without forcing it. Just going a breath at a time. And then turning to face forward. Extend both legs in front of you, setting up for a Paschimottanasana, or a forward fold. Option to rest the hands by your side as you fold, or you could reach for the feet or the big toes as you fold forward. Slowly lift back up, and then come and lie down. As you lie down, you might want to grab a blanket on the way. Then start by bending your knees. Edge your feet as wide as the mat and knock your knees together so we find constructive rest. You can just rest your hands on your belly or open your arms out to the side if you prefer. Straighten the legs and relax your arms by your side to find Shavasana. Letting the body completely restore energy now. Deepen your breath. Bring awareness back to your body. Gently move your fingers and toes. And with your next breath in, reach your arms overhead. Find a full body stretch. Exhale, hug your knees into your chest. And roll onto your side. Just coming up into a seated position when you're ready. Just keeping the eyes closed for the next few moments here. We'll settle in for a short meditation. So if you know that you like to sit up on a cushion, that's also an option. Come back to the sensation of your breath. Just focusing on a deep inhale and exhale. Feeling the chest expand and relax. Gently lower your chin to your chest. Bring your awareness back to the space around you. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Thank you so much for your time and energy. I hope that you enjoyed this practice. Take care, and I'll see you next time.